at high school football scores and highlights from across the valley with Mo Carter and Hannah Oliveto. This is First Down Friday night on WZDX. Sponsored by Northeast Alabama Community College and Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits.
I will conquer my opponent. Defeat will not be in my creed. I will believe where others have doubted. I will always uphold the prestige, honor, and respect of my team. I have trained my mind and my body will follow. Who am I? I'm a champion.
Our offense found a way to plug and chug and get us some touchdowns.
I think our guys have paid the price to where now they deserve to win.
Our goal is to win every single game, and we understand the task that's ahead of us.
I really feel like we have the ability to put those puzzle pieces together to get that winning record.
I just want to see our guys go out and compete the way we know we can.
I'm the champion! I'm the champion! I'm the champion!
And that's how you kick off a high school football special. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mo Carter, and she's the lovely Hannah Oliveto.
And this is our First Down Friday night preseason special.
Man, right now I'm so pumped up. I think I need a jersey and a helmet and to go strap on the pads like some of these other high schools that we'll take a look at tonight. But you know what, Hannah? I'll stick with my sports anchoring job for the time being.
I think that's a good idea. For the next half hour, we'll give you an early look at high school football teams from around the Tennessee Valley.
We've got a lot of previews coming your way, so let's kick things off with the big boys play in Class 7A.
James Clemens is practicing rain or shine to be ready for the season. The Jets lost in the 7A quarterfinals last year and enter this season with 5 returning starters on offense and only 3 on defense. To make things even more difficult, quarterback Jamil Muhammad suffered a season-ending knee injury in July, so the Jets are in the middle of an unexpected quarterback battle. Head coach Wade Waldrop is really just looking for one thing to decide who will get the starting job.
Who handles the pressure, the moment of Friday night? That's what it boils down to. We did this last year, did it a year ago. We had one young man that did really well throughout the fall camp, but when we went to play our football games, things changed for him. So we've got to find ways to put these guys in situations that are as close to Friday night as possible.
Week 0, the Jets will be on the road at Decatur, so it'll be a good test to see which quarterback can handle the pressure.
There's new leadership at Sparkman High School. Head coach LaRon White replacing the recently retired Chris Cagle during the spring. Now, Coach White spent 14 seasons leading Tanner to the playoffs and championship, and he hopes to bring the winning ways over to Senator Country. Now, the Senators finished 4-6 last year and have not had a winning record in nearly a decade. Coach White says he has a simple plan for success.
Like I say, just hard work and effort. Effort through the entire football game, championship effort. Not just getting by effort, but, you teach that and other things will come. The wins will come, but if you step foot on the field and people know that you coming, people know you're there, that take care of itself.
Kevin Rose is entering his 9th season as the head coach at Bob Jones, and he's led the Patriots to the playoffs every year since he's been there. I caught up with him to get his take on his team's upcoming season. All right, Coach, how has practice been going for you guys?
We're really good. We've got a young football team, but we've got a good football team. We're preparing for a very good Phoenix City team. Team is probably the favorite out of the South to play for the 7A state championship. I was watching them on film today, made me a little sick at my stomach. They are just super talented, but it's a great challenge for our program.
As you mentioned, a young team. You do have some guys returning like Jaden Hill and Gavin Lewis, but who are you looking to step up? I know you're going to have to replace a lot of those guys.
Well, you know, we got some seniors that need to do a great job of leading this young football team. We got 45 10th graders, and, you know, 10 or 15 of those guys are going to have to contribute good snaps on Friday night. So we're hoping, you know, Juicy Williams and Isaiah Hatchett can help us rush in the football, and, you know, Gavin Lewis and Cade Kohler and Jaden Hill, some of those guys on defense can do a good job for us.
You guys finished 7-4 last year, lost in the first round of the playoffs. What do you think it's going to take to get beyond that first round of the playoffs this season?
Well, you know, when you're in 7A, you're really in the second round when you're in the first round, so it's like the NFL. But, I mean, anytime you're going to catch a team out of that region, Hoover, Vestavia, whoever it may be, you know, you're just going to have to play extremely well and take care of the football. You know, we turned the football over, you know, I think 4 times against Hoover, and it was actually a close game until about, you know, midway through the third quarter. We just got to do a better job of taking care of the ball, and you get opportunities against the Hoovers and Vestavias of the world, you better capitalize.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck this season.
Grissom is under a new head coach this season, Chip English, taking over, and he's looking to turn a program around that's had not a lot of success in the past. Now, the Tigers have gone 1-29 in their past 3 seasons, but English has experience rebuilding a team. He took his team last year in North Carolina from 1-10 to 10-3. Now, the Tigers defeated Guntersville 17-9 in their spring game, and that's the first step in going in the right direction.
You know, a lot of coaches say get 1% better each day, and, you know, you'll grow and become a better football team, and that's our goal. You know, we want to, every time we come out on the field, we want to be better than we are when we stepped on the field. So we've done that thus far. We still have a long way to go, but excited to see what we can do in the future.
Coming up, we'll check in with a few schools in Class 6A and 5A. And our special guest of the night, he's also in the building. It's Arkie Shea from the UMP. Wave to the people, Arkie. He'll inform us about some of the area's best players. We've got that when we return right here on WZDX.
It's Friday night, and the action is right here on WZDX. First Down Friday night.
And welcome back to the First Down Friday Night Football Special.
Decatur head coach Jerry Adcock led the team to a 9-0 record last year and got them to the second round of the 6A playoffs. The Red Raiders would love to make another series run in the postseason, but that could be difficult. Decatur lost a lot of seniors, including quarterback Alec Marks and running back Ladarius Woods. Those two alone recorded a combined 4,400 yards of total offense last season, so replacing them won't be easy, but Coach Adcock has a plan in place.
You know, what we've got to do a better job of is we've got to find the guys to replace them, and they're not the same guys. And our coach has done a really good job of realizing that the guys that replace them have different skill sets, and they're able to help us in different ways. So, we'll take our base offense, base defense, and modify it somewhat to fit those guys.
Across town at Austin, the Black Bears are coming off of back-to-back Class 6A semifinal appearances. 18 out of 22 starters are seniors this year. They all have valuable player and experience. Paxton Montgomery leads the way at quarterback, and he has 2 running backs that can house it on every snap. Asa Morton and Antonio Robinson. Coach Jeremy Perkins told us why his team is primed for a great year.
I think they still have some unfinished business, and they know that. You know, to be close as they've been 2 years in a row, within a couple plays actually, you know, they're hungry. They want to take that next step, and we've talked a lot about taking the next step.
After making the postseason in 2015, the Lee Generals missed the playoffs, finishing 5-5. This season, they have to find someone to replace quarterback Diamante Douglas. He did it all on the offense and often won the MVP award last year. The defense, though, will be a strong point with guys like defensive end Malik Langham leading the way, and the team should perform better this year thanks to better coaching.
I think me and myself, along with other coaches, we didn't do a good job of putting our kids in positions to make plays. So we did a lot of studying in the offseason, a lot of critiquing of ourselves, and so I'm hoping not to be the blame this year. So we're going to try to do more film study and get our kids in proper position to make plays.
Last season, the May Jemison Jaguars were the new kids on the block, but didn't play like a new team. In their first season of the brand new school, they went 6-5 and made the playoffs. Coach Kelvis White lost a host of guys from last year's squad, including a Brandon Crosby. But this year, he will rely on 18 seniors to lead the way.
A lot of these guys have been starting since they were in the 10th grade, so a lot of experience too. But you know, we have some young guys in some key positions too, so we're leaning on these guys to be leaders and show the underclassmen how to be successful, and so we can definitely make a run in the playoffs.
Randolph earned a spot in the Class 4A playoffs last year, and this season they are hoping to advance further in the postseason. The Raiders return a lot of playmakers on both sides of the ball. One of those guys is Troy commit Levon Fletcher. If everyone can stay healthy, then Randolph will make a run for the region title.
Got to make sure we're conditioned to a point where we can go both ways on both sides of the ball, but also to a point where we can last 4 quarters in a game. There were times last year towards the end of the season, we as coaches didn't do a job of spelling the guys when we needed to. That's the big thing we want to do, is just try to work in a way that our guys can last 4 quarters.
Once again, the Tennessee Valley will feature some of the best football players from around the state. For a breakdown of some of the best, let's check in with Mo Carter and our special guest of the night.
Great players make up great teams as well. I've got a great person in the studio. I'm joined by Arky Shea of The Ump. You know him from The Cube Show, but Cole Kubelik's not here, so you're the star tonight, my man.
Me and you, Mo, let's do it.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at some of the better players around the area that will probably be making a lot of plays this upcoming season.
Yes, some of my favorites start with Randolph High School with Levon Fletcher. Levon Fletcher is a cornerback / running back / do-it-all man, wildcat quarterback. He's going to get over 1,600 yards this year, may get 2,000 yards. He is an all dual threat guy. He can do everything he wants. You got to play both ways when you're talking about 4A football. Benches 450 pounds, 460 pounds as a squad. A coach told me he's one of the strongest players in North Alabama, pound for pound.
Now, of course, in that region, there are a couple of guys at Madison County that are going to the SEC.
Absolutely. Tay Province is one of those guys. Tay Province is a tremendous tailback. He's got 34 touchdowns each of the last couple of years. He is going to be what I call a breakout stud for this year. Now, he's already going to be an LSU commit, so people already know about Tay Province, but this guy has a chance for 2,000 yards. And if Scott Sharp's crew is going to do it at Madison County, they're going to look for Tay Province. Tay Province is a guy who Scott Sharp called a Kerryon Johnson type. That's not bad.
Not bad at all. Let's go across the river to Decatur. They've got a guy that just committed to the Auburn Tigers.
Oh, man, I love Josh Marsh. Josh Marsh is a linebacker who's about 6'3", 230 pounds, and all man at 17 years old. I love watching this guy play. 209 tackles last year. Absolutely terrific. That's the 9th most ever in the state of Alabama. That's 17 a game, Mo. That's insane. Has a knack for watching film and getting the ball. I think he's watched more film than Siskel Niebuhr back in their day.
Oh, man.
Love that guy.
Now, over at arch rival Austin, they have not one but 2 good running backs that will probably be playing D1 ball next season.
Man, let me tell you about Asa Martin. This guy went to Austin, then to IMG Academy last year, came back to Austin because he wants to be in front of his hometown family and friends. And that's how you make history, really. And that's how you make some of these stories. And what I love most about Asa Martin, does not fool around when he gets the ball. Knows exactly where he wants to go. One cut, in, out, and he's already up the field. Great north and south runner.
And his backfield mate, Antonio Robinson, he's a pretty good deal there. Wrapping things up, I look at your list. You got Malik Langham and you got DeMontrez Brown.
Malik Langham, 6'5", 6'6", 270 pounds, a matchup nightmare. You can't single team this guy. Nobody on Lee High School's roster, as far as the teams they'll play this year, will be able to match up. And DeMontrez Brown is my personal diamond in the rough. I love DeMontrez Brown. 6'3", 200 pounds. Last year caught 27 balls for 787 yards. That's 30 yards a catch, Mo. That's 30 yards a catch. But don't be surprised if a couple SEC teams start trying to get in the back door there.
Okay, and of course that's just a short list from Arky Shea about some of the best players in and around the Tennessee Valley. You'll see these guys and many other guys each and every Friday night starting next week right here on First Down Friday night.
We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we continue our 4A previews with the Madison Academy Mustangs. Stay with us.
Welcome back. We'll continue with our 4A Tennessee Valley football teams. And Hannah, you caught up with one of the best squads over the past decade, right?
Yes, Madison Academy is getting ready for its 2nd season in 4A. It's also head coach Grant Reynolds' 2nd season with the Mustangs. Coach, the season is right around the corner. How have practices been going?
So far, we've been working hard and just getting ready for the season. Practice is good right now. We got a lot of kids out and we're excited about the season.
This is year 2 for you as the head coach. Last year, you guys had an 11-4 record. You made it to the state championships, obviously fell short of the ultimate goal. Do you think this team is coming into this season with some unfinished business on their mind?
Yeah, that's definitely been our motivation in the off season. We got to the game and we want want to win the game. You know, we want to win state championships around here, and that's what's expected. So we've used that as motivation in the off season. That's just time to put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
You lose some key players from last year's squad. Who do you see replacing some of those guys on the team?
Well, you know, we got guys like Alex Carpenter that stepped up, Tim Clark, Jalen Nelson, you know, up front, you know, Jalen Brackett's back. So we've got a good nucleus of guys that played a lot of football last year, and we're excited about putting them in place.
What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for you guys this season?
Yeah, I think staying healthy, you know, is always a big challenge. I mean, getting the state championship game last year with 9 guys that started the season didn't even play in that game, you know, so I think staying healthy for us is going to be a big thing. And just getting better each week, just believing in each other, trusting each other, and just getting better as the year goes on.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Now, one of the Mustangs' biggest rivals in Class 4A is Madison County, and they're looking to get back to the playoffs this season after bowing out in the first round last year. The Tigers rely on a pair of SEC commits to make that happen this season. Those guys are Tennessee commit Matthew Flynn and LSU commit Tay Province. Second-year head coach Scott Sharp explained what his team needs to improve on to have a shot for the playoffs.
We've got to be better up front, offensively and defensively. I think that, and then I think defensively, I think we got to be better defensively as well. I know we gave up too many big plays last year. If we can eliminate the big plays on defense, I think we'll have a pretty good year.
Westminster Christian is looking to overcome a lack of size and depth this season to compete in 4A. The Wildcats are entering year 2 under head coach Louis LeBlanc. Last season, they went 2-8, but they returned running back Jeremiah Childs as well as tight end Michael Parker. He's 6'6", and he has offers to play at Auburn, Central Florida, Troy, and others. And LeBlanc says he's done everything he can in the offseason to set them up for success.
And we've hired some new coaches. We've tried to do our best to increase the staff numbers so these guys can get more individualized instruction, and I feel like it's shown up a little bit over the summer. We had a much, much better summer than we did last year.
Our show is almost over, but when we come back, we check in with the 2A defending state champions, the Fife Red Devils. Stay with us. There's only one team in the Tennessee Valley that walked away last year state champions, and that's the Fife Red Devils. I stopped by practice to see how things are going. The Fife Red Devils are working hard as their season opener approaches. Last year, they finished a perfect 15-0 and took home a state title.
There's always a little pressure when you do something like that. I feel like, you know, the kids are just working. We try not to talk about it.
Bring it up to the team or not, it'll be on their opponents' minds each game.
It's always you're going to have a target on your back when you win the state, and that just pushes you to go harder.
We're always trying to win, you know, because people are always trying to knock us off because we just won a state, but we're always wanting to go back and get another one.
A repeat will be tough for the Red Devils to pull off this year. They lost their star running back, Dylan Kilpatrick, and have to replace a lot of starters.
If you get deep in the playoffs or just in tough games in general, you need some kids that can play and go out there and compete and not just be out there taking up space. So that's what we're working on. We know that our seniors are going to compete pretty good, but we need some juniors and sophomores to step up.
Winning a state title is always the goal, but head coach Paul Benefield just wants one thing from his players.
We challenged our kids to, now that we're at the top, what you going to do now? You know, you going to fall off the other side and quit working, or, you know, make excuses, or, you know, you got to go out and compete, and champions are not always crowned at the last game of the year. You know, if you've done all you can do to be as good as you can be, and then that's what counts in the end.
For the first time in 14 years, Tanner has a brand new head coach, and he's ready to continue the success of the Rattlers program. Maurice Belser is now leading the team. He is replacing Coach LaRon White, who left to coach at Sparkman. Here's an interesting fact. Both coaches are former Alabama offensive linemen. Tanner did lose all-everything quarterback Chadarius Townsend to the Crimson Tide and Dexter Fuqua to Alabama A&M. But the talent pool hasn't dried up at Tanner, and Belser is ready to lead.
It's actually a blessing. That's kind of been some of the hard parts for me going to other places, is their expectations never met mine. So I'm excited and right at home with high expectations and the desire to win a lot of football games.
Now, Tanner lost in the quarterfinals last season, and Belser is hoping to bring them further this year as the Rattlers kicked off the season against West Limestone in 2 weeks. Now, don't forget, First Down Friday Night returns next Friday with scores and highlights from yours truly and Hannah Alavito. Hannah, I talked to you earlier. I said I was really, really ready for the football season. And look, this is how ready I am. Kayla, bring yourself in here, man. Matter of fact, we're going throwback. These are my high school football jerseys.
Yeah.
I'm about to throw one on, and that's my high school football helmet as well. So
we're ready for football.
Absolutely. Check me out right here. So
yes,
here
it still fit.
Kind of, sort of.
Still get in.
Kind of, sort of. So, you know, this is the whole
snug.
deal right there. Let me bring the mic up so everybody can still hear me. So, yeah, there it is. Sumption Mustangs in the house, South Louisiana.
You're ready to go.
Absolutely. And look, if you did not see your favorite team on First Down Friday Night tonight, don't worry. You'll see them throughout the year. Look, we're getting ready for a big season right here in the Tennessee Valley. So for Hannah Alavito, I'm Mo Carter. We will see you next week right here on WZDX for First Down Friday Night. Have a great weekend.
That's